Hey Steelers Nation! Welcome back to the channel, where we're always looking to dig deep into what's really going on in Pittsburgh. And let me tell you, the black and gold aren't just sitting back this offseason. The front office is pushing hard to perfect this roster, to turn this team into a true contender again. Every move they make, every rumor that leaks, it's all part of that larger mission, winning a Super Bowl. So if you love hearing about bold trade talk, draft strategies, and behind-the-scenes insights, make sure to hit that like button. It helps get this content out to more Steelers fans just like you. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a moment of the madness. All right, let's dive into this one because, folks, it's wild. Let's talk about the blockbuster trade proposal that's got Steelers fans and 49ers fans scratching their heads. ESPN's Chris Canty recently floated the idea of sending Steelers superstar T.J. Watt, yeah, that T.J. Watt, to San Francisco in exchange for quarterback Brock Purdy and the 49ers' 11th overall pick in this year's draft. Let me repeat that. Watt, arguably the heartbeat of this defense, for a young QB who's shown promise but is still very much a product of a stacked 49ers offense. Oh, and toss in that draft pick, too. Canty's logic, the 49ers need more pass rush help alongside Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, especially with Robert Saleh returning to lead the defense. T.J. Watt would elevate that unit instantly. Meanwhile, the Steelers would finally get a young, proven starter at QB and be in position to build around him. Sounds bold, right? NFL insider Kevin Clark didn't hold back. No, full stop, he said. And honestly, he's got a point. Let's break this down. T.J. Watt is the most valuable player on Pittsburgh's roster. He's the reason this defense can dominate games. Without him, the Steelers aren't even close to elite defensively. His presence demands double teams and frees up the rest of the unit. On the other hand, Brock Purdy has had success, but a lot of it is thanks to the weapons and coaching in San Francisco. Could he replicate that in Pittsburgh? Maybe. But it's far from guaranteed. And the financials? Yikes. Watt is due for a massive extension, likely around $35 million per year. Add in 2 first-round salaries and you've got major cap issues for San Fran. For a team with just $56 million in projected cap space for 2026, this isn't just risky. It's borderline reckless. So why even float the idea? Predictably, fans weren't having it. Social media lit up with hot takes, and almost all of them were screaming, "Keep TJ." And look, I get it. Watt isn't just a player. He's the identity of this defense. Trading him would send the message that the team is willing to compromise its heart and soul for a quick fix at QB. That's not what Steelers football is about. But let's play devil's advocate. What if the team truly believes that Purdy is the answer? What if they think that pairing a competent QB with DK Metcalf, George Pickens, more on him in a second, and Najee Harris is the path forward? Would it really be that crazy? Now here's where it gets even more interesting. While Steelers fans have been obsessing over Pickens' contract situation, one NFL draft expert is telling us we're looking in the wrong direction. Ryan Wilson, speaking on 93.7 The Fan, threw out a name, Calvin Austin III. According to Wilson, if the Steelers take a WR like Matthew Golden in the upcoming draft, it might not mean Pickens is gone. It might actually mean Austin's spot is in jeopardy. Golden's got legit track speed, showed out at the Combine, and has the size advantage over Austin. Wilson thinks he's a perfect WR3 who could leapfrog Austin on the depth chart. Let's be real. Austin had a solid 2024 campaign with over 450 yards and 4 touchdowns. But in a division like the AFC North, where you're up against elite wideouts and lockdown corners every week, you need more than solid, you need explosive. You need difference makers. So, if Golden's on the board and the Steelers see him as a better long-term fit, it could be curtains for Calvin. All of this circles back to the big contract the Steelers handed out to DK Metcalf. Paying him $30 million per year pretty much told us one thing. They aren't paying 2 WR1s. So what happens with George Pickens if the front office doesn't believe he'll re-sign or isn't worth another massive deal? A trade could still be on the table. But Wilson's comments open the door to a different possibility. Keep both Metcalf and Pickens for now, and draft a WR3 who's cheaper, faster, and maybe more reliable than Austin. Pickens might stay. It's Austin who should be sweating. Let's be honest, Steelers fans, we're living in the Wild West of NFL rumors right now. TJ Watt getting traded, Pickens maybe staying while Austin's future is up in the air, the Saints trying to snipe Aaron Rodgers from us. This team is right in the thick of the most unpredictable offseason in recent memory. But here's the one constant. The front office is grinding. They're making calls, they're weighing options, and they're not afraid to shake things up if it means building a championship roster. TJ Watt is the cornerstone of our defense. But what if the front office sees a bigger picture? What if they're thinking beyond 2025? That's where you come in. The Steelers' front office has had its eyes locked on one name this offseason, Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers has been the golden ticket for months now. Ever since free agency opened, it looked like the Steelers were in the driver's seat to land the four-time MVP. He was training with DK Metcalf, yes, our newly acquired star wide receiver, earlier this offseason. That little workout sparked a wildfire of speculation. Steelers Twitter lost its mind. For a hot minute, it felt like a done deal. But here we are, weeks later, and it's dead silent. Rodgers hasn't signed. He hasn't committed. He hasn't even spoken publicly. He's 41 years old, and retirement is still on the table. At the same time, the Saints and Vikings are creeping in, hoping to make a move if Rodgers hesitates any longer. The Steelers are stuck waiting, and waiting in the NFL is dangerous. With the draft coming up fast, they can't afford to leave the QB position to chance. So here's the new twist. According to NFL insider Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't come to Pittsburgh, the Steelers are now being linked to a Kirk Cousins trade. Yup, you heard that right. Kirk Cousins. Now, before you throw something at the screen, let's break this down. Cousins is currently the backup in Atlanta, thanks to the Falcons handing the keys over to their first-round pick, Michael Penix Jr. But let's be real. Cousins is still a capable starting quarterback. He's not elite, but he's stable, smart, and experienced. And let's not forget the Steelers' current QB depth chart. It's Mason Rudolph, brought back after a brief Titans stint, and Skylar Thompson, formerly of the Dolphins. That's it. That's not a playoff-caliber room. It's definitely not a Super Bowl-caliber room. So if Rodgers takes his talents elsewhere, or retires, the Steelers might be forced to pivot, and Breer believes Pittsburgh and Cousins could form a marriage of convenience. Let's be honest. With ourselves, Kirk Cousins is not the guy to put you on a billboard. He's not flashy. He's not going to light up the scoreboard with Mahomes-style plays. But what he is efficient. He's consistent. He reads defenses well, and he knows how to run an offense. The concern? Fit. The Steelers' locker room is full of strong personalities. You've got DK Metcalf, George Pickens, Najee Harris, the O-line's developing swagger. The defense led by TJ Watt and Minkah Fitzpatrick. Would Cousins command the respect he needs in that environment? Would he be viewed as a true leader or just a stopgap? And more importantly, would Cousins be enough to elevate this team? Or does settling for Kirk Cousins just delay the inevitable rebuild at quarterback? That's the debate. Let's talk strategy. The Falcons might be willing to move Cousins. He's 36, coming off a torn Achilles, and the franchise is now fully behind Michael Penix. Cousins could be had for relatively cheap compared to his former value. Here's the catch. If the Steelers make this move before Rodgers announces anything, it's game over. You're essentially waving the white flag on Rodgers and committing to Cousins. If they wait too long and miss out on both, it could be Mason Rudolph QB1 come September. That's not something many in Steelers Nation want to see. Also, let's not forget, the draft is weeks away. If the Steelers miss out on both Rodgers and Cousins, they might be forced to go after a rookie like Shedeur Sanders or Jackson Dart. Problem is, New Orleans picks 12th. Pittsburgh, 21st. The Saints could not only sign Rodgers out from under us, but they might snipe our rookie QB target too. So now I want to hear from you. Would you trade T.J. Watt for Brock Purdy and a first-round pick? Should the Steelers keep George Pickens and Calvin Austin, or is Matthew Golden the future? Are we underestimating how bold this front office might get? Let me know in the comments below. I'll be replying to as many as I can. And if you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button to show love for the channel and help more Steelers fans join the conversation. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an update, because trust me, this offseason is just getting started. Thanks for watching, and as always, here we go, Steelers Nation.